the city is facing a £66 million black hole over a refugee homelessness situation. The SNP blame the Home Office in relation to the policy of trying to empty asylum hotels, and that's creating a sort of spiral effect of refugees claiming temporary accommodation in Glasgow. Labour say that not enough homes have been built, and also that decisions on housing laws passed at Holyrood have made the situation worse. Now, this row went into overdrive, I think, last week. The Scottish Labour MP, Joni Reid, who not someone known for walking away from a scrap, she tweeted, "The SNP are taking the biscuit. They chose to turn Glasgow into a sanctuary for asylum seekers through their own virtue signalling policies, and now they want the Home Office to bail them out. It's the same old story, grandstanding about compassion, then crying foul when the bill arrives. Real leadership means planning ahead and building enough homes, not blaming Westminster every time their own posturing backfires." Susan Aitken, the Glasgow council leader, poured petrol on that tweet by saying, "Is Joni Reid planning to defect to Reform?" So who's right?
Well, I mean, I think Joni Reid just summed up not just, the SNP stance in this argument, but the SNP stance in many, many arguments. It's to bring in a policy that they think will make them look good to progressives around the world or progressives in the UK, and then mimp and moan when the reality of it hits home and try and blame Westminster. We've seen it time and time again, and this is just another example of it. And for Susan Aitken, it's just lazy. Oh, Reform light, Labour are just Reform light now. I mean, it's just nonsense. It's just complete nonsense, and it's just. And in some ways, Joni Reid's walked into the trap, right? In some ways, she's taken the bait, but I think she's absolutely spot on here. The SNP have only got themselves to blame because of those laws. Everyone's entitled to, legally entitled to housing. Because of that, we're now seeing an influx of asylum seekers, coming up from England, putting pressure. I think, is it over 3,000 in Glasgow right now? Now, people might not think that's a massive number, but it's, it's the size of a small town, which requires all the, infrastructure of a small town. So it's no wonder it's putting pressure on Glasgow, and it's basically all so the SNP can pat themselves on the back and feel better about themselves. But, once again, the reality of the situation is it's Scottish taxpayers or British taxpayers who'll pay the price.